Welcome to the meditation. We will be starting briefly. Thank you for your patience. And now that we are testing 1, 2, I think we are in a space where we can come together. And I do believe now we have gotten the audio issues cleared for today. Rather than restart, I just wanted to say hello to everyone and welcome you into today's meditation. And I know when we're talking about what happened in Texas, what has also happened across the world with school shootings, I just want to pause as the meditation space populates right now and let you know that this is a very sensitive time in America. It's good to see you all on the stream, Charles. It's good to see you. It's good to hear you all who are checking in. I see you checking in with us right now. It's about perspective. And I know it's difficult. And just like we had this little audio glitch right as we were beginning today's live presentation, I don't think it was accident. I think that the universe has a way of bringing home concepts, has a way of reminding us that people in the world act out when they feel they're not being seen. And most importantly, people act out when we feel as if we're not being heard. We're in a space in America right now. We're in a space in the world where there's conflict, where there is strife. We're in a space in a world now where people are being polarized and being set apart from one another, being encouraged to take sides and to spend time going down rabbit holes of negativity. I hear your pain. I feel your pain. We all feel the pain. For those of us who have children, those of you who know me or know about me, you know I have 5 children. And many of them are still in school right now. The thought that someone could come into their school and challenge their world, take away their existence on this earthly plane is a devastating thought. For the parents of the shooting in Texas, for the parents and the families of the mass shooting that took place just a weekend before, our hearts go out, our minds go out, and in this moment of meditation, our spirits must go out as well. Well, Rev, are you saying we just need to pray? Absolutely not. I'm saying that prayer is also about action. So during times like this, we must recognize that we are in the midst of a grand evolution of society. We're in the midst of change. Sometimes change comes with a stress test. And that stress test is when hard and bad things happen to innocent people, what happens to those of us who remain? What are we going to do? So even as I ask myself as a spiritual leader, what am I going to do? I'm going to ask you today, what are you going to do? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to be grateful right now for being able to breathe and to watch this live or on the replay? Are you willing to hug your children a little bit tighter? Are you willing to stand and protect other people's children as well? Are you willing to advocate for the change we know we need? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to invest? What are you willing to give up to make sure that we are going to continue to evolve in a society? There's an old saying that the squeaky wheel is the wheel that gets the grease. So listen, our society needs some oil and it needs some healing ointment right now. And guess what? That ointment is you and me. So while we are grieving, while we are angry, while we are frustrated, while we are confused, when people call me and say, Reb, why do people do crazy things like this? And I said, really? There's a space in their spirit that is empty. But on some levels, we can never understand what is happening in these situations, because if we were understanding of them, we would probably been doing them ourselves. So we are in a space now where we focus on how to bring the healing, how to restore our minds and our families, how to be at peace in knowing that all is working together for the good. Yes, even through the difficult times. We do not appreciate the sun unless we have the storms. But most importantly, how can we be a part of the change? Because when you have just unmitigated anger, all it does is cause more destruction. All it does is cause more dis-ease. But when we learn to channel that anger, when we learn to journal that anger, when we learn to invest that anger toward change, there is a resolution. And that anger is the fire that lights us up to be the change. So I invite you today in this moment to just settle into that thought, settle into that perspective. There's a reason why you showed up today. There's a reason why somebody tapped you to listen to this message/meditation. There's a reason why Spirit requires that you focus. That yes, while we are frustrated, instead of going directly to the thumbs and directly to the internet, go directly inside. And let us begin to seek and find that space of peace, because it is from that overflowing space of peace that we get the actionism, the activism, the strength to stay in the fight, because the victory is ours. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Take another deep breath with me here. Exhale and let it go. Let's continue to breathe like this. Close your eyes. Focus this energy, this breath, to the space within. And as we meditate on the 21 at this point lives that have transitioned to the space of life after life, let us meditate and focus on the light that they brought into the world, the joyfulness, the laughter, the energy that lit up the room, the energy that gives hope to the next generation, all that existed within these fellow human beings. Let us affirm and give thanks in this moment for their light, however brief, that walked amongst us and among us, that invoked the spirit of grief, recognizing that the spirit of grief and loss only comes because we were affected by love and connection. As we embrace the feeling of loss and the feeling of grief that goes out to these families, let us remember as we breathe in and breathe out those feelings that we've had ourselves. In moments like these, when we've lost the young, when we've lost the old, to this physical plane. Focusing your mind on those people who have transitioned, who meant something to you. And as you focus that energy, as you focus that memory, ask yourself the question, why did they mean so much? What loving gift did they provide? What beautiful energy did they bring into our space? What did they give us that was so amazing and wonderful? And as we answer those questions, let's focus on those things and embrace the gratitude. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, embracing the love, embracing the memory of the good. Breathing out and releasing the grief, allowing it to run its course through our bodies, embracing the understanding that the grief process is natural. The hurt that we feel is natural. And it is at the same time the feeling, the energy that provides us the hope to be the change. Turning our thoughts, turning our energy toward asking the question, what can we do now? Thinking of the loved ones that exist in our world. Thinking and listening and remembering the organizations that are making a change in the world. Thinking of the people who need our time, our talent, our resources, and focusing our breath on becoming one with those ideas and ideals. Let's just breathe in this for a few more moments. We, in this moment, absorb this energy of good. We, in this moment, breathe into our bodies in gratitude the life that we are living right now. We are above ground. We are conscious. We have our focus. We live and walk in purpose. And for these things, we are grateful. We exhale any notion that we cannot change. We exhale any notion that we are helpless and hopeless. We release it into the atmosphere just like we release the carbon dioxide that harms our bodies. And just as the atmosphere and the plants and the air absorb that and return it to us as good oxygen for our lungs, we release the negative into the world and embrace the good that is returning to us through the actions that we take. We embrace this assignment. We embrace the good. We ask the question, what can we do? And we accept and allow the answer that comes to each of us according to our own divine purpose and set of unique skills. We embrace them right now in the breath. Inhale in. Hold that breath. See yourself as the agent of change and good. Exhale to release it into the world. Slowly blink the eyes open. And I want to thank you for joining me live for the meditation today. Thank you for saying hello in the chat box. Listen, if anybody knows it, I know it. The pain of loss, the pain of grief, pain of confusion, y'all, it's real. So I'm not going to tell you to ignore it. I'm not going to tell you to pray it away. But what I do know is that if you were watching this, if you stayed with us, you saw that there is something beyond the anger. That anger is an emotion, just like fear, just like shame, just like guilt, just like love, just like joy, just like happiness. And each of us was given this. It was given to us, however, as a catalyst to do something. So I'm going to challenge you, even as I challenge myself, family, to start strategizing on how we make a change. To get up off the bench and to put yourself in this game. Because it's going to take those of us who are focused, who embrace the anger as a tool for change, to actually make the change. Because when you get caught in the cyclical space of energy of anger, you end up being paralyzed. It's what Dr. King called the paralysis of analysis. So we want to get you supercharged. We want to get you steady. We want to get you prayed up and powered up, because we know that this is how change is made. I love you guys. It's great to see you. Share this if anybody needs a meditation or if they just need a moment of peace. Some people may be so angry that they say, I don't want to get into a moment of peace, but it's okay. Eventually that anger will burn out. And you need to sit down somewhere and get yourself together. That's what we all need to do. So in places like this, we get ourselves together. This has been Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr with the Infinity Fellowship. I love you guys. That's a fact you cannot change. Peace, blessings, love, light, and power to you. See you same time next week. Peace.